What up? Alright. You know, this is a very interesting matchup we got today. Because the thing is, Guildarts was... Let me introduce what the topic of the video today is. The 100 Years Quest. We are currently on the Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest. Don't let all this Dragon King Festival nonsense distract you from this. This is not how the quest was supposed to go. It's just that Natsu's crew ran into these niggas at the wrong time. It just was the wrong time. From the start where Ferris was first introduced, shit just went off the walls. It wasn't supposed to go like that. The way this was supposed to go when Guildarts was on that mission was you run into each dragon individually and you take them on. So that's what we're gonna have Guildarts doing in this scenario, because they Mashima did my nigga dirty. Let's be real. He ran into Acnologia before he even got to the rest of them niggas. Fuck. Like, fuck. That's the worst luck ever. And you know what the craziest thing is? He ran into Acnologia, and after that, he probably thought to himself, damn, all of these dragons, bro, I definitely can't handle these niggas. They all on this level. There's no way I could take them. Let me stop you right there, brother. Let me stop you right there. They are indeed not all on that level. You ran into, this is like running into, let me think. Okay. This is like running into Majin Buu in the Frieza saga. That was never supposed to happen, my nigga. It just wasn't supposed to happen. This is like if, no, I got a better example. This is like if Obito decided to make a move during part 1 of Naruto. That shit was never supposed to happen. So I'm here to tell you, despite the allegations, despite the narrative that was first introduced, that what's the name? That Elisera had introduced, saying that all these dragon gods was on the level of Acnologia.
I'm here to tell you right now. I knew it was fake.
That shit is propaganda. They are not all on that level. It is only one of them on that level, and it's only one other that'll give you a problem. The rest of them niggas is frauds, and we gonna get into it right now. We got the first one. Bow. We going right into Mercphobia. We going right into Mercphrodia. Now, the conditions of these is very interesting, because, you know, how they defeated Mercphobia was they ended up sealing his magic away. And sealing is definitely a win con. The thing is that Guildarts went on this mission by himself, from what we know of, and that's just not... That just wasn't a good move. It really wasn't a good move. It's gonna hold him, because now you actually just gotta beat these niggas down. Luckily for you, your first opponent is very prone to getting his ass whooped. We got my boy Mercphobia versus Guildarts. And you know the thing is, his feats is definitely something. He flipped the whole ocean upside down. And when he did that, when I seen that panel, I was like, the fuck? This what we fighting right now? Cause now that's an Acnologia type of move. No, it's not. Acnologia 8, the fucking 8 times space. I'm tripping. What am I even talking about? But that was definitely something, because even with that, it was stated that's not even half of his powers for real. So for the simple fact that we don't really know Mercphobia's full power outside of what he performed when he went against Natsu and them, and then later on when he went against Lucy, that's where we talking about. We talking about mind controlled Mercphobia power level. And if we talking based off that, this nigga's cooked. I ain't gonna lie to you. This nigga's cooked. Guildarts, Natsu did not become as strong as Guildarts until he got to the Fire Dragon King type of level. And when he did get there, he still wasn't as strong as guildarts. I'm gonna say that guild because realistically, Fire Dragon King powered Natsu would have lost to August, in my opinion. He would have, yeah, that wouldn't have been a good matchup for him because, especially since August's whole thing was that he got hit with the magic and immediately adapted to it. Shit just didn't work no more. So yeah, Natsu and guildarts have the same type of like destructive nature when it comes to their attacks. I'm gonna say that guildarts is his crash magic is a lot more versatile though. It's a lot more versatile than you would think it is, especially since he could dismantle like attacks upon contact. Once it hits him, crash, neutralized. Now we don't know if there's an upper limit to like that ability or anything like that because you know there's factors where maybe certain we seen how Acnologia did, but Acnologia is the magic dragon. He eats everything. Yeah, that's not even fair to say. So just based off what Mercphobia did right there, and the fact that he also got whooped on by Lucy. I hate talking about fairy tale power levels, but we gonna say that Mercphobia is washed in this scenario. It's a very extreme fight. It's a very extreme fight, but the fact that this is not full power Mercphobia, I'm gonna say that guildarts wins this one. This is a very iffy conversation, but you gotta really think about it from a storytelling perspective. Guildarts is still #1 in the guild. He's still the strongest in that motherfucker. Don't let that red lightning loxus fool you. He's still the strongest in that bitch. So yeah, I'm giving that win to guildarts simply because Mercphobia just get walked. He just get walked on every single fucking time. Hell no. Yeah, nah. Next up, who was the next opponent? Alderaan. Yeah, guildarts loses this. And I'm gonna tell you why. Alderaan is just a big ass target, yo. His win con, the win con for Alderaan is you need to take out all the lacrimas. You need to be able to take out all the lacrimas in order to get that big ass body to stop moving, and then you can deal with Alderaan's true form, which is inside of him. Guildarts not going to be able to do all that. Guildarts is not going to be able to do all that. He's going to end up being overwhelmed by the sheer size advantage that Alderaan has, and the fact that he can be in multiple places on his body at once. He's a whole fucking town. Guildarts loses. That's just, see, that's what I'm saying. Guildarts should have brought at least one person with him, and I'm not going to give Guildarts another person. I can't do it. Yeah, Alderaan loses. But that's the thing about these scenarios, is that in terms of raw power, if we wanted to say that guildarts can go bound, if it was a one-on-one just straight hands, Alderaan and guildarts is cooking this nigga. It's just the fact that a lot of these people they magic is tricky. It's tricks to how you deal with them. You can't just hard hit every single one of them. Now there is a few. There's 3 of them that you can really just hit hard, and it'll work out, and everything will work itself out. And when it comes to those 3, I'm gonna get there when I get there. Alderaan, you ended up losing. Actually, wait, who was the next in order? Selene. Bow. All right, so Selene is very interesting. Because, like I said, the win conditions of these dragons is very interesting. Portrayal wise, Selene is on. I would say that Selene is probably on the weaker end, but at the same time, when it comes to just pure magic, she's an enchanter. All these portals, like the fact that she could teleport and all that, I'm sure that guildarts can figure out how to read that just off of being such a great combatant. Reflexes is a thing. Reflexes is definitely a thing. He's going to end up noticing a pattern. He'll end up predicting it. But you can't just beat Selene with just brawn. You gotta have some type of like, you gotta have some type of enchanter with you, or it's just going to be a weird matchup. It's such a weird matchup for that, because it's like when Logia went against Irene in the Alvarez arc, where he fighting her and he like, yeah, she good. This enchanting magic is good, but this is different. This is something I'm not used to dealing with. He just don't. Agnologia is a hard hitting type of character against a character whose magic is based off just being weird, like Irene. And we know that Irene and Celine, when it comes to enchantment magic and all those like just intricacies, when it comes to their spells, they're very similar. When it comes to that, we have to give, I'm going to have to give this as like, I don't know. I really don't. I'm going to give it to guildarts, but I gotta give guildarts this win just off of like a very plot armor, very lucky ass win. He's going to have to get very lucky, because I don't think it's going to take obviously more than trickery to beat guildarts. And when it comes to just damage output, I don't think Celine has enough to really put him down outside of her dragon roar, because we know that when it comes to her dragon roar, she killed the guild master. Wait, did she even kill him with the dragon roar? I think she just ate this nigga. Dragon form Celine is definitely something, but I don't think it's just uncommon for her to turn into that against a human threat. I don't think she's going to do that. She's going to end up just fighting him, and in her human form, I just don't think that she has the damage output to permanently put this nigga down. He's very similar to Natsu in that sort of way, where they're just too tenacious to get just dropped. You feel me? He'll end up reading her one time with a teleportation. I can see that, and then he'll put all his power in that hit. Just it's through, and it's through just right there. So I'm gonna give, what's his win rate right now? I think he's 2-1 right now. He 2-1. He won against Mercphobia. He lost against Aldron, clean sweep, and he beat Celine. But that's probably his closer end on the fights. That's probably his most close fight, because on his next two, his next two is free eats. I ain't gonna lie to you. Dogger Mag is not that name. The fact that let me tell you something. Once you become a victim of, all I gotta do is hit you hard-itis. That's the disease I'm gonna come up with. That's the new disease. I'm gonna hit you hard-itis. Once it's belt-to-ass-itis, once you suffer from that, he has crash magic. His whole magic centers around the dismantling of objects, of people, of magic. Just pure destructive nature of crash magic. And you are Earth Dragon. Your whole thing is durability. You are fucked. I'm gonna let you know now. This might be Guildarts Glaze. This might come off as Guildarts Glaze. But honestly, bro, crash magic and durability, I feel like it's such a thing where it's like durability is a non-factor in this thing. Because what are you gonna do? It's not like he's hitting you hard as hell. He can do that. He can do that. But he can literally just touch and dismantle. He can literally just touch and dismantle the defenses that the Earth Dragon has, that Dogger Mag has put up. And then after that, you just gotta go band for band with him. And we seen Natsu and Suzuki. I'm finna mess up my boy name. Suzuku, I don't care. For right now, he's Suzuku, but that is my boy. I can't believe if I'm messing up his name. Natsu and Suzuku, once they got past durability, all they had to do was keep hitting him hard as fuck. It's not like they had to I mean, there was lacrima aspects to all this and shit, but like, the lacrima trope is so fucking washed. It was washed. All you really had to do was just hit this nigga hard as hell. We using the forms of these characters in the story. We not using implications. We not using what they might have been at full power. How they was seen in Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, that is what they are fighting against. Doggermag, you lose to this nigga. You lose. I don't know if it was explicitly stated that he wasn't at full power, but I do know the Doggermag that fought against Natsu and Suzuku, all you had to do was hit him hard as fuck. He relied heavy on the fact that he just had some tough ass defense. You're washed. You're getting punched through. I ain't gonna lie to you. Vierness? Vierness. Okay. See, Vierness is the one where I'm like, how did they beat him again? I think, oh man. Ooh. Oh yeah, that is what happened. Oh, guildarts, you lost. So this is another L for guildarts because I just remember the whole fucking plot line with Vierness. First off, when it came to Vierness, he was heavy with alchemy. It wasn't even magic that you had to deal with. It was alchemy. And then off the fact that Vierness existed as a concept before they literally had to not only deal with the fact that they literally had to deal with alchemists, and then they had to deal with, what else they had to deal with? They had to deal with all the alchemists in the guild. Then they had to deal with the white dragon herself. They had to talk her down. Now I think that guildarts can take her on. Guildarts can most likely take her down. But the lacrima aspect of it too, where I think they had to hit all the lacrimas at once in order to get Vierness from existing as a concept into his actual body. And then once you get to that body, that's when you can hit him hard. That's because he's also one of the dragons that relied heavy on the fact that they was just really durable, just a really sturdy motherfucker. And I think guildarts, if he got to that point, he could definitely take down just a very durable, sturdy motherfucker. It's just the fact that Vierness has so much other stuff going on. It was just so much other stuff you had to take down in order to get to that point. He had too much. He had too much things to worry about. The alchemist problem. Guildarts is somewhat a professor when it comes to magic. I feel like he's a genius when it comes to it, from how he was able to like deduce, what's the name? He was able to deduce August's weakness when it comes to his magic, and he was just able to like deal with all the, just from his fights and how he goes about things and how he talks to Natsu. He comes off as like he's very seasoned when it comes to this shit. He's not an amateur. He knows what he's doing. He knows like, oh, if this happens, if the fight goes long enough, he's going to pick up on a weakness or two. So I think that maybe he fights against Vierness, and maybe he could somehow be able to find out like how to tweak his crash magic to get that body to show up. But I don't see it. He can deal with the alchemist. He could deal with the white wizard. But when it comes to dealing with Vierness himself, you just can't. You gotta get all the lacrimas before you hit him. This is like fighting. This is like Arkham, and you gotta collect all the Riddler trophies for some shit. Like, I hate this. Why did I even think of this idea? I hate this shit. These is fucking lacrima merchants, bro. Lacrima merchants. And y'all was finna fight Ecologia? Carried by the fact that they was carried by them lacrima things, bro. It wasn't for the lacrimas. These is victims. These is real life Fairy Tale Guild victims. But, alright, so the win record right now. He beats Mercphobia. He beats Fraudphobia. He loses to Celine. He loses to Aldron. he beats Dogromag, he loses to Viernes, and we just gonna go ahead and give him his final L's. Because you know how I said at the beginning of the video that it was propaganda, that these niggas was not on Agnologia's level. There is an exception. Ignia might be that nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not gonna lie. That is the only one where I'm like, okay, Ignia, that's a real life demon. I feel like the rest of them lived off the fact that they came from the era that Ignia is in. Niggas be fake demons, but Ignia actually powerful. He's strong as a motherfucker, yo. He's strong as a bitch. I don't think Guildarts got it in him. Because here's the thing. Ignia is at least portrayed to be at the level that Ignil is. He's portrayed to be as strong as his father. And when it came to Ignil and Agnologia, even all the dragons that was there stated, as if Ignil wasn't fresh off of a wake up, fresh off of being sealed in Natsu's body for years, that would have been a way closer fight. He might have been able to take down Agnologia. It's just the fact that he was fresh off a wake up, he still had morning breath. Shit's kicking. And that's what got him done in. And he still was able to take an arm with him. So the fact that that's not a good fight for you. Ignia is portrayed to be as strong, if not stronger, than Ignil. And from what we've seen, just eating some of his flames, Natsu completely lost control, went into a state similar to his E&D form. It looked remarkably similar to his E&D form, just off eating some of Ignia flames. And then he proceeded to dog walk Mercphobia in the fight. And now he has to eat some weird ass Bestia flames in order to maybe go band for band with Ignia. And even then, I'm not gonna lie, you gonna need Dragon Force, my nigga. You gonna need Dragon Force. You're not just gonna need Dragon Force, you gonna need whatever you unlocked in Fairy Tail Dragon Cry in order to fight against Ignia. Cause every other form, if you base Natsu, you're not doing it. And you're not getting help. This is ISO. I refuse to let you get a partner in this fight. You gotta get this ISO off. So I don't know what he's gonna do. But yeah, Guildarts, you're getting walked. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't lie to you. You're getting your ass beat. You gonna be missing your other arm and leg. So in conclusion, Guildarts, if he went on this quest, if he was able to get through this whole quest, his win rate would be, not his win rate, but his win to loss ratio, W to Mercphobia. No, he wins against Mercphobia, loses against Aldron, wins against Selene. He beats Dogromag, and he loses to Viernes, and he loses to Ignia. 3-3. That's honestly not bad. He got a 50% win rate. Good shit, bro. That's better than I thought it would be. That's way better than I thought it. No, I'm lying. It's worse than I thought it would be because I came in this video thinking that he was gonna beat Viernes. Fuck. I hate tricky motherfuckers, yo. Anyways, I got a One Piece video coming out. Like and subscribe. What? Keep up with me. I'm going on a run. I'm finna go on a little run. But yeah, y'all boys stay safe though. I'm out.